Well, there you go. This is the CB that I keep in the truck. It's the Uniden PC68 LTW. It's got weather. I don't know why I bought it with the weather. I really don't need the weather. I don't care about the weather here. I just run a weather station. I'm not in an area where I have to worry about it. If I was in an area to where we were prone to tornadoes and things, well then it may be a good idea. However, this is where I'm at and this is what I use. Now I built this box. This box has a reverb and echo built into it, as well as an audio modulator. This like doubles my audio output. How audio looks like if you, again, here we go with the paper and pencil, but if you were to look at audio, and I'm going to simplify it a little bit, but if you look at audio on a scope, it kind of goes like this. Alright, so you're basically only getting 50% of audio. I mean, they may be hitting a 100% peak, but again, you're only using half of what's there, kind of. And again, I'm just trying to simplify this. Well, by using that modulator that I built, it takes these and it brings them up even with the other ones. So in a sense, it's like doubling my audio. I don't run a power mic on it. I really don't have to. You can tell my mic, it's got paint on it and everything else here. You know, but, and it's been in the truck for I don't know how long. I think it's my second, well, I know it's my second Astro van. I just don't remember if I had it in the first one or not. But anyway, this is what I run for a rig in the truck for CB. And I don't turn it on a lot. If I'm on the highway and I'm seeing traffic start to slow down, I may turn it on just to get an idea of what's going on, because the oncoming traffic, you know, has already passed it, so they'll kind of relay what's going on, truck to truck type of thing. So it's good for that. But other than that, there's a lot of noise out there now, especially in my area. You know, I'm not in the flat grounds, the flatlands. You know, it's a mess around here. You know, now in the flatlands, it has its good and its bad, because you're going to hear a lot more noise as well. Your noise level comes up, and that's a whole new story. You know, just because you're getting a lot of noise doesn't mean your CB's not working. It just means that there's a very high noise level out there, and there's a lot of people talking in between it that you're not hearing. You know, so the thing is to try to get the right combination and just leave it alone and deal with it. You can always get yourself out further by adding an amplifier. Now, amplifiers are actually illegal on 11 meters. CB radio. CB radio is supposed to be 4-watt output on your transmit power, and no more than 100% audio on your transmit power. And if you start doing more than 100% audio, you start getting all garbled anyway. It's like turning up your stereo so loud that you can't understand it anymore. So you want to try to maintain that forward swing and 100%. But the problem being is, years ago, FCC was well supplied with money. Now, and they used to give out licenses to CB operators. My old license was KMA 4198, and that was 50 years ago. So, but FCC is kind of shied away from CB. They just haven't got the funding to keep up with it. As long as you don't go onto frequencies, channels that you shouldn't be on, they basically leave you alone. I mean, I know guys that are, you know, I mean, around here, nobody around here runs a stock radio. I think I'm the only one that has a stock radio right now, only because I really don't use it that much. And even then it's not stock. I got the modulator that I built in. But I might be able to show you how this works, how that modulator works. I'll see later on. But if you can get yourself a decent little 100 watt, 200 watt amplifier. Now it's not going to do 100. If it says 100, you know, you may see 70 out of it, 80, you know, maybe 60. You know, so don't think you're going to get a true 100 out of it. And the other thing is, you're not going to get away with running a CB radio and a 100 watt amplifier with a 5 or 7 amp power supply. You know, now you're starting to get up there with the big boys. You're going to need that 15, that 20 amp. You know, and if that's the case, you know what? You're going to get ampitis or wattitis, and you're going to want to start going more power. And then the next thing you know, you're going more, and then you're buying another power supply because the one you had wasn't big enough. You know, so the thing is, try to make your buys right the first time. Do some homework, think about it, and don't just buy because that's what you got in the pocket today. All right, look around. If it takes you an extra week or two, wait the week or two. It's going to be well worth it. You know, not unless it's something you need immediately. The vehicles, your amplifier and the 100 watt amplifier in the car, you hook it direct to the battery. As long as the car is running, it has plenty of power. You know, anything that has a 12 volt system in it, that has a generator or alternator on it, will give you more than enough power to run a 100 watt amplifier. You know, 200, 300, you know, you can get up there, 250. So, but that's kind of where you're at. So, let me get done what I'm doing with here for now, and we can get into that in another video. Alright, I can't stay on this or key on this for long because I am on a antenna that does 10 through 40. 10 meters as a rule can work on 11 meters. However, there's no tuner to tell it where it needs to go like on a ham radio. So the SWRs are going to be a little wacky, so I can't stay keyed up for any long length of time. However, I'm going to try to keep talking. I have the microphone in front of me. I'm going to try to keep talking at the same volume that I'm talking at so that you can hear the difference when it comes to the actual radio. So anyway, right now, let me key up, and I think I have talkback on. Hello. Okay, so you can hear me right now with talkback. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me turn the mic gain down just a little bit. Hello, 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 hello. I think you can hear the radio instead of me. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Okay, I'm standing back. Well, not standing back. I'm about a foot away from the back of the camera. I'm hoping you hear the radio more than me. Now, what I'll do is, you may get a squeal when I turn on the audio modulator because I have the talkback on and it'll give me feedback, but you will see the difference in the audio. So let me see if I can keep this camera where it is and turn on the talkback at the same time. Now, like I say, you're probably going to hear a squeal when I do this, only because I'm so close and the talkback is going to feedback through the speaker. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Hear the difference? Now that's with the modulator that I built. The squeal would not normally be there because I would adjust everything and then turn that off so that you couldn't hear it. In other words, if I had another radio sitting 10 feet away from me, you'd see the difference without the squeal. So that's that. Now the echo, hello, 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 whoa. Hello. Now that also adds a little audio because it adds depth. And you can also adjust it to the length of audio that you're looking for, or the echo. 1 1 1. So you want just enough to give you the depth. Otherwise it becomes a little to a point to where you can't understand it. Hello. 1 1 1 1. And then again, The other thing will work, the modulator will work too, but it's going to feedback like crazy. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Now again, you wouldn't get that feedback. Let me turn this off. You wouldn't get that feedback if I didn't have the talkback speaker on. I would just turn that off. Because you don't really need talkback. You know, do you really want to hear yourself? Now, if you can get far enough away from the radio with the microphone, yeah, you can run it if you want. It'll give you a little bit of an echo reverb. But other than that, that's about it. So meanwhile, I'm sitting there talking into the microphone instead of the camera. So that's how that works, and that's how that modulator works. And that's where you're at. So with that being said, now I'm going to disconnect this because I gave you an idea on how it all works, and I will at that point try to get this installed into what I'm building. And 12 is not a normal channel, it's nothing special, it's just there. 19 is the so-called truckers channel. 9 is the so-called emergency channel. 13, truck drivers will tend to go to that every now and then. Everything else is basically fair game. You try to stay away from 35 through 40 on AM. If you have a sideband radio, they like to stay up there and use that as sideband, around here anyway. And in return, the sidebanders will stay off the lower frequencies 1 through 35, or 1 through 34. Because if sideband gets on a channel, you're not going to talk. You're not going to hear anything, because all you're going to do is hear them coming through like, and that's all you're going to hear. That's sideband. So if you haven't got a sideband radio, you're not going to know what they're talking about because you can't tune them in. So that's where we're at, guys. Let me finish up. I'll catch you later.